Hello children, welcome back to the digital classes. I hope you are all doing well and you might all be excited to learn some new concepts in mathematics in today's session. Let us start. Look at our school. You might be seeing your class teacher might be taking attendance in your class daily in the morning. Am I right children? Yes. Like how many girls are present, how many boys are present, and how many are absent, all these details have to be collected every day in the morning. Okay children. Now this is called collection of information. Okay children. But children, do you know what is this collecting information is called as? Okay, not a problem. We are going to learn these concepts in our today's session. So today we are going to learn about data handling. By the end of this session, you will learn recording of data, organization of data, and also representation of data. Let us start our session. So children, we have already seen the attendance taken by your class teacher, right? This information is generally called as data. Okay children. So what is the data? Data is nothing but the information collected or gathered maybe in the form of numbers or in the words. So this helps us in taking some decisions. So this we call it as data. Not only this attendance children, even midday meals count will be taken every day, right? Or maybe during some cultural events, they will take the names of the students participating in different events. All these information gathered or collected is called data. And in data also, you have numeric data and non-numeric data. So numeric data generally involves only numbers, whereas non-numeric, it does not involve numbers. Okay children. Now let us learn about the recording of data. So children, you can notice we have gone for an educational trip with our students and we have provided breakfast early in the morning to the students. Now we have given 4 options as shown, like for the breakfast they can have idli, dosa, sandwich or maybe fruits. So different students have opted different items that you can notice on your screen. Okay children. So this is how we are recording the data. Okay children. Now I want to know how many students have opted for or chosen idli. Let us see. So if you notice, there are 5 children who have opted for idli. Then if you notice the other one, that is dosa, 7 students have taken dosa. Then going to sandwich, only 3 students have chosen sandwich. Then finally fruits, only 3 children, that is Diksha, Sunny and Rahul took fruits. So now if you notice here, this 5, which is the number of students who have taken idli, is called the frequency of the data. So your idli is repeated how many times children? 5 times. So the frequency of idli is 5. Now children, can you tell me what is the frequency of dosa? Yes, you are right. So 7 students have taken dosa, which means the frequency of dosa is 7. Whereas the frequency of sandwich is how much children? Yes, it is 3. And the frequency of fruits is again 3 only children. So children, this is okay for small number of students. If you are going for a large number of students, like maybe 100 students, so collecting this type of information is not accurate. Okay children. So let us use another method for this. In our school, we are celebrating Haritaharam program, which our government has undertaken. Okay. And you can notice our principal along with our staff and students are say planting some saplings. Now there are many types of saplings sent by the government officials, that is mango, guava, pomegranate, neem and flowers. So for our convenience, I denote mangoes by M, guava by G, pomegranate by P, neem by N and flowers by F. So there are 40 samplings sent to us on the first day. So these are the saplings which you can notice. Now we want to represent these saplings in an easier way using a table. Now, let us look at this table, children. Yes, here you can see saplings, right, that is mango, pomegranate, guava, neem, flowers, all these are saplings. And you can notice there is one more column, that is tally marks. Now, what are tally marks? So, tally marks are generally used for recording or counting how many mango saplings are there. So, to count that we use tally marks, okay, children. And here we are going to see how many number of saplings are there of each type, that is mango, pomegranate and so on. Now, let us mark these tally marks, children. So, if you notice here we have first G, that is guava, right. Now, I will cross or cut this guava G on the top. You notice, children, here I am cutting this G and against guava. So, now draw a line, small line against guava. Now, you can see here we are drawing a small line against guava. Okay. So, one G we are cutting and one line we are drawing against guava. Now, what is the next one, children? Yes, P. Cut P and then against pomegranate we are going to draw a small line. What is next, children? Yes, it is F. F stands for flowers. So, we cut F against flowers, we are going to draw a small line. Okay. Now, next we will go for G. So, that is guava. So, beside that line we are going to draw another line. Similarly, F for flowers and one more line after the first one in F. Then N, neem. So, against neem we are going to draw one more line. Then again next one also we have neem. So, we draw one more line in the neem row. Then next we will go for M, that is mango, that is the first one. So, we draw a line against mango. Then we next go for G. So, already we have 2 in G. So, beside that another one. Next one is also G. We draw another line beside the third one. And next it is F, flowers, one more against flowers. Then we will go for M, again draw one more line. Then the other one is G. Now, already we have 4 lines here against G. So, the fifth line we are going to draw as shown. We are going to draw a line which is diagonal or a cross line. This is just because, children, as soon as you see, you can easily understand that this is set of 5 lines. So, easily you can count. So, whenever you find this kind of thing, you can say yes, it is, its count is 5. So, to make your problem very easy, we are going to represent the number this way, okay, set of 5s. Now, children, let us draw for the remaining saplings also. After drawing the tally marks, it looks as shown on your screen. Now, see here, it is easily you can identify now. So, these are sets of 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now, it is easy for you to count. Now, let us find out the number of saplings for mango. So, how many are there, children? 5 plus 5, 10 plus 1, 11, right. So, 11 saplings are there for mango. Now, children, how many are there for pomegranate? Yes, we have 5 plus 3. How much, children? Yes, 8. Then next coming to guava, how many are there, children? 5 plus 5 plus 1, it is 11. Then going to neem, we have 5 plus 1, 6. Then finally, flowers we have only 4. So, after doing all these things, children, now just find out the sum of all these things, that is number of saplings. How much do you get, children? Yes, we got 40 here. So, already we have taken 40 saplings here and now we got the total as 40 also. That means, whatever we have done is exactly correct. If you get anything more than this or less than this, which means we have done some error in our calculation part. Okay, children. Now, this type of data arrangement we call it as organization of data. So, if you notice, children, we have organized this data. So, now this data is not actually in a proper way, but now take a look at this table, it is organized in a proper way. So, this process we call it as organization of data, and the table which we have drawn here is called frequency distribution table. Okay, children. Here this number of saplings is nothing but what, children? That is nothing but frequency. That means mango saplings are 11. So, it is repeated 11 times. So, it is frequency of mango saplings. Like that, frequency of pomegranate is 8 and so on. So, what is a frequency distribution table, children? Yes, it is nothing but a table which shows the frequency or simply the count of different items. Okay, children. Till now we have seen what is meant by data and how to record the data and also organizing the data. So, till now we have seen all these processes. Now, next we are going to learn how to represent these data. Okay, children, let us learn that. Now, let us look at our same saplings of different plants. Now, this data can be represented in different forms, that is, you can represent it in either pictograph or a bar graph. Let us first learn about a pictograph. So, what actually a pictograph is? A pictograph generally consists of either pictures or symbols, okay, to represent the data which is given to us. And these pictures are same pictures, you are not going to take different pictures, okay, children. And also this is very easy for us to understand, and also we can compare the data using this pictograph. So, let us consider the same saplings and we are going to arrange them in the table as shown. Now, I am going to consider this picture, small picture you can see here, a small sapling picture. This picture indicates 10 saplings, okay, children. Now, if you notice in the first case, how many mango saplings are there, children? Yes, there are 30 saplings. So, here each picture represent 10 saplings. So, for 30, how many pictures do we need to draw, children, against mango? Yes, you are right, we are going to draw 3 pictures because each is 10. So, I draw 10 plus 10 plus 10. So, 30. So, we are going to have 3 pictures against mango. So, next we will move on to pomegranate. How many are there, children? Yes, we have only 10. So, how many pictures we are going to draw against pomegranate? Yes, only 1. Then moving on to guava, we have 25. Now, here what do you do, children, now? Yes, first we are going to draw 2 which represents 20 and we will take half the image of these saplings. So, here you can see it is half of the image of this. So, here full picture is 10, half of this picture will be how much, children? Yes, 5, that means 10 plus 10 plus 5. So, it represents 25. Now, let us move on to neem. So, we have 15 saplings. Then how many pictures we have to draw, children? Yes, 1 and another one half. Now, moving on to flowers, we have 50 saplings of flowers. How many we have to draw, children? Yes, we are going to draw 5. So, this is how we draw pictograph, children. So, children, I hope you have understood how to draw a pictograph. Okay, children, wasn't that easy? Yes, absolutely. Now, we are going to draw a bar graph for the given data. Okay, let us learn. So, take a look at our school. Every day in the afternoon, we are going to provide midday meals for all the children. Children, you might have seen the midday meals menu on the notice board, right? So, you can see there rice 150 grams, pulses 30 grams, vegetables actually it is 75 grams. For easier calculations, I made it as 80 grams. And oils and fats, I took it as 10 grams instead of 7.5 grams. Okay, children. So, this is our midday meals menu. We are going to draw a bar graph now for this data. Let us see how to draw the bar graph. So, a bar graph is also known as a bar diagram. And in a bar diagram or a bar graph, bars of uniform width are drawn either horizontally or vertically with equal spacing between them. And the length of each bar represents the respective frequencies. So, let us understand all these concepts by drawing the bar graph, children. Let us draw now. So, for that, the first thing is you need a graph sheet. Then the first step, you are going to draw 2 perpendicular lines, one along the horizontal and the other along the vertical line. Okay, children, and both are perpendicular to each other. The horizontal line is x axis and the vertical line is the y axis. In the second step, we are going to mark the quantity on y axis, whereas on x axis we are going to mark items. Now, let us mark the items on x axis, children. So, what are the items, children? Yes, rice, pulses, vegetables, oils, etc. If you notice, children, here we are leaving a gap of one box. You can notice here, first we left one box as a gap and then we wrote rice, and again between rice and pulse we have left one more. So, like that, whatever the number of items are there, we are going to draw it alternatively. Now, in the next step, we are going to select a suitable scale on y axis, but why? Why do we need to take? If you notice, children, here the highest number is 150. So, in a graph paper, I cannot have these 150 lines to represent 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to 150. So, for that reason, we are going to select a suitable scale. That means, here if you notice each and every box, see from here to here or from here to here, it is 1 centimeter. So, this 1 centimeter, if I take it as 20 grams, then this will become 20, 40, so on. I can accommodate 150 grams easily in this complete graph sheet. Okay, children, that you need to write on the graph sheet, that is 1 centimeter is 20 grams. Okay, children. Now, let us calculate the heights of these bar graphs by dividing the frequencies with the scale. Okay. Now, let us find out the height. So, for the first one, we divide 150 with 20, we get 7.5, and next one 30 by 20 is 1.5. The third one, vegetables, it is 80 by 20, which is 4, and the last one 10 by 20 gives 0.5. Now, these are the heights of the bars, children. Okay. Now, let us represent these heights on the y axis as shown, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to 8. Okay, children. Now, finally, we are going to draw rectangular bars, maybe vertically or horizontally. So, first we are going to draw vertically. So, on rice, how much, children? It is height is 7.5, children. That means, it should be in between 7 and 8. Let us draw the bar. Yes. Now, next on pulses, how much, children? 1.5. It should be in between 1 and 2. And vegetables, it is 4, whereas oils, it is 0.5. So, we have drawn the bar graph, children, but take a look at this graph, children. It is not looking that attractive, right? So, to make your bar graph more attractive, let us color them. Okay? So, rice with blue, pulses with red, vegetables with green, and oils with yellow. Now, look at your graph, children. Doesn't it look attractive? Yes. Now, for the same data, let us draw horizontal bar graph, children. So, as done in the first case, we are going to have horizontal and vertical lines x and y axis. Then again, we are going to mark quantity on x axis and the items on the y axis. Okay, children. Then represent all the items on y axis, children, that is rice, pulses, vegetables, oils, and so on, giving one box or one gap. Okay. Then we have already calculated the heights. Again, we are not going to calculate it, and we have decided the scale as 1 centimeter equal to 20 grams. Okay, children, this all we have done in the previous session. Only thing is, we are going to just draw it horizontally, and we have represented all the heights on x axis. Now, let us draw the bars. So, for rice 7.5, for pulses it is 1.5, for vegetables it is 4, whereas for oils it is 0.5. So, this bar graph is called horizontal bar graph, children. So, children, till now we have seen how to record the data, how to organize the data, and how to represent the data also. So, we have represented the data in bar graph as well as pictograph. Okay, children, I hope you have understood those drawing the pictograph as well as the bar graph. Now, let us solve some more problems to understand these concepts much more clearly. Let us start with our first problem, children. The following table shows the monthly expenditure of Imran's family on various items. You can see it on the screen, children. Items and also expenditure. We need to draw a bar graph for this data. Let us start with the solution. We are going to have a graph. And what is the first step, children? Yes, you are going to draw a horizontal line and then a vertical line and mark it as x and y axis as shown. In the next step, we are going to mark the expenditure on y axis and items on the x axis. Now, let us mark all these items on the x-axis, children. Yes, rent, food, education, transport and others. In the next step, we are going to select a suitable scale here. So, here everything is in 1000, children. You can notice here, like we have 2500, 4000, 3000, so on. So, we have taken 1 centimeter as 500 rupees, children. Okay. So, the same thing you need to write on the graph sheet, that is 1 centimeter equal to 500 rupees. Next, we are going to calculate the heights of the bars. How do we calculate the height of the bar, children? Yes, we are going to divide the frequencies with the scale. Now, let us do that. So, for rent it is 2500 by 500, this gives 5. For food, 4000 divided by 500 gives us 8. For education, 3000 by 500 gives us 6. Transport, 1500 by 500 gives 3, and others 2000 divided by 500 gives us 4. They are the heights of the bars, children. So, now let us represent these heights on y axis 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to 8. So, maximum is height 8, children. So, we are going to mark up to 8. Okay. Now, finally, we are going to draw rectangular bars. Okay, children. And there is one more important thing to note is that you need to draw the width as same for each and every rectangular bar. Okay, children. So, for rent how much, children? Yes, it is 5. So, we will draw a rectangle up to height 5. Then for food, yes, 8. Then for education, we have 6, and transport 3, and finally others is 4. So, I already told you, children, yes, we are going to color it with different colors, so that it looks very attractive, children. That is it. Let us move on to our next problem, children. The pictograph shows the number of ice creams sold at a bakery in 5 days. We are going to answer these following questions, like how many ice creams are sold on Monday than on Tuesday. So, take a look at this pictograph, children. So, here Monday, Tuesday, so on, given up to Friday. Against this, you can see there are some images of ice creams, pictures of ice creams, right? And here also it is given a scale factor, that is one picture shows 20 ice creams. So, on Monday, how many pictures are there? Yes, there are 4. That means how many ice creams are sold, children? Yes, 20 into 4, 80 ice creams are sold. Now, on Tuesday, how many pictures are there, children? 3. That means how many ice creams are sold? 3 into 20, that is 60. So, let us find the difference, 80 minus 60, which is 20, which means on Monday 20 ice creams are sold more than Tuesday. Now, let us answer the next question, children, that is on which day more number of ice creams were sold. Now, take a look at the pictograph. If you notice, on Friday there are 5 images of ice creams, which means on Friday 5 into 20, which is 100 ice creams are sold. Hence, we can say that on Friday more ice creams were sold. Let us answer another question. How many total number of ice creams were sold over these 5 days? So, let us see first one, children. Already we have seen on Monday 80 ice creams are sold, on Tuesday 60 ice creams are sold, and what I put Wednesday, children? Yes, 3 and half. 3 for 60 and half for 10. So, 70 on Wednesday. Now, what I put Thursday, children? Yes, you are right, 50 ice creams. On Friday, we have already seen 100 ice creams. Now, to find the total number of ice creams, we need all these ice cream, that is 80 plus 60 plus 70 plus 50 plus 100. Adding all these things, children, how much do you get? 360, which means in these 5 days the bakery has sold 360 ice creams. Let us move on to our next problem. The number of toys manufactured by a factory in 6 months are shown. Now, we are going to represent this data using a pictograph. Let us start with the solution. So, we have drawn all the months in a tabular form, you can see, children, March, April, May, June, July, August, up to August it is given. Now, we are going to select a suitable scale image for this. Now, let me select a toy. So, this toy, one picture of this toy indicates 100 toys. That means, this one image equals to 100 toys. Now, in first one, if you notice, we have March 250 toys were manufactured. 250 means 2 such images, right, plus half of this image. Why half, children? Because we have 250 only. So, this is 100 plus 100, we need only another 50. So, for that we draw only half the toy. So, now this represents 250 toys in the month of March. Now, let us see for April, 400 are there. So, this 400 you divide with 100, because number of toys, one image is 100 toys. So, 400 divided by 100 gives you 4. So, now draw 4 such toys, whereas in May we have 450, that means 400 plus 50. So, 4 images as it is and 1 half image. Then in June 350. So, we are going to draw 3 and another half image of the toy. Now, July it is 550, which means 5 images and another half image as shown. Finally, in the month of August we have 400 toys, that means just now we have seen we need to draw only 4 such images. So, draw the 4 images against the August month. So, this is how we represent pictograph, children. Okay? The entire data is represented in the form of a pictograph. Now, using this graph easily you can say, okay, now you can just verify there are 2.5 means 250, because one image is 100 toys. Now, there are 4 into 100, 400. Now, this is 4.5 into 100, you get 450. Now, 3.5, so 300 plus 50, 350. Now, here there are 5.5, that means 500 plus 50, 550. Here there are only 4, which means 400. So, whatever we have drawn here is exactly matching with the data. Okay, children. Till now we have learnt how to record the data, organize the data, and also to represent the data. And we have solved some problems also to understand these concepts in a much better way. Now, before we end our session, we will have a quick recap of what we have learned in this session. Information either in the form of numbers or words which helps us to take decisions is called data. Numerical data is a collection of numbers gathered to give some information. A table showing the frequency or count of various items is called a frequency distribution table. Pictographs represents data using pictures of objects, and in bar graph or bar diagram, bars of uniform width are drawn horizontally or maybe vertically with equal spacing between them. The length of each bar represents the respective frequency. So, children, before we end our session, I will give you some problems to work out in your home and show to your subject teacher. Grades of 50 students in a mathematics test is given below in a table. You have to draw a bar graph for this data. So, the next problem is, so number of fruits sold in a shop is given in the following table, that is apples, bananas, oranges, kiwi and papaya, and the number of fruits sold are 55, 60, 100, 35, 30 respectively. We have to draw a pictograph for this data. From this, how many symbols represent oranges and how many symbols represent kiwi? That is what you are going to write, children, from the pictograph. So, 50 students in a class have voted for their favorite fruit shown in the table. Now, you are going to draw a bar graph for this data. So, dear children, I hope you have understood the concepts very clearly and also learnt how to draw the bar graph and also pictograph using solved examples. And I want you all to even work out these problems which are given at the end of this session. So, with this we come to the end of our session, children. Goodbye and take care.